So we're now going to jump Harriet through a water complex. Again, the same theme that we've sort of had throughout this training session is we're going to start quite small and we're going to introduce the horse once again to water, increasing its confidence and Harriet's confidence, which is just as important as the horse's. I'm going to ask her to come in first over this slightly wider, slightly smaller fence. She's already had a little paddle in the water. Whenever I bring a horse cross-country schooling, I'll always just walk it through the water once. Again, this is just to increase a horse's confidence all the time. So I'm going to ask her to jump the smaller fence in first and just canter through the water, nothing coming out as the first exercise. We're then going to move on and jump the smaller fence to a narrower fence on the way out, and from there we're going to progress to jumping this larger, skinnier fence in to a narrow fence coming out. We're not at the moment using any drops into water. This is something that we will progress to in a moment, and again something we'll start slowly to always increase the horse's confidence and give it time to see what it's doing. Okay, so shoulders up now, in front of your leg. Now keep your shoulders up and think positively through the water. Good. Excellent, give them a pat. Brilliant. It's really important when the horses are doing something well that we praise the horses, make sure that they know they're doing a good job as well. Okay, so now to progress to the next stage, you can jump exactly the same fence in, shoulders up, positively through the water all the time, looking at your out fence, and you're going to jump the skinny on the way out. It's really important that Harriet has a positive approach to the water, in front of the leg, really taking her forwards to the fence with her shoulders up and in really good balance. Good, shoulders back. Great, excellent, okay. Okay, really nice, yeah? He looks really positive, he looks forward. Most important thing as you're coming to the water is that you're in good balance and you're looking after his balance so that he's in the best possible position to jump the fence well. We'll now progress to the next stage and you can again come off the right rein, positive, show jumping type bouncy canter, really forward, taking you to the fence. You're going to jump the bigger, more skinny fence into the water, shoulders up on landing, positively through the water and again out over your skinny. Okay. Shoulders up. Good, okay. I felt a little bit like he wasn't quite taking you into the first fence, so you ended up on a little bit of a dodgy stride. The reason I would say you ended up on a little bit of a shorter stride is because you didn't quite have enough power in the canter. This time we want you to have more positive canter around the turn, sit up and really ride him forwards into your rein, squeezing him on that line with both your legs into both your reins, with your shoulders up, keeping the best balance that you can. Now sit up, shoulders up and leg into the base of the fence. Good. Shoulders up. Good. So we're now going to move on to jumping a step into water. Not a massive step, especially for a horse that is competing at novice level. But again, we're going to start small. This is really just going to improve the horse's confidence. Jumping a step into water is much the same as coming down a slope into water. Most important thing is she's in a good body position with her shoulders up, a little bit behind the movement, so that if he takes a big leap or perhaps is a bit indecisive about jumping into the water, she can be behind him with her legs wrapped around him to be really positive about encouraging him into the water. And if he does take a big jump, she won't end up out the front door or out the side door. She can be absolutely behind him and really secure in her position. It's important that if a horse does jump very big into water, she's able to slip her rein so as not to catch him in the mouth and give him the most comfortable jump possible. Good, so shoulders up and soft in the rein. Good. Okay, Harriet, really, really good, yeah? He was confident off the step, didn't take a big leap, so you didn't need to slip your reins too much, but your position was good, and had he jumped large into the water, you'd have been in a good positive position. So now we'll move on off the left rein. You're going to jump your skinnier brush in, and then one stride, a positive one stride to the little log into the water, okay? So the most important thing here is that she's got a good strong entry with her shoulders up. This certainly isn't a fence that you'd gallop flat out at, but it's really important that she's got a good canter, pressing the horse forwards into her rein. Shoulders. Now shoulders. Lovely. Really, really good. So an excellent entry from Harriet in there. One thing I would say that I'd like to improve is I'd perhaps like a little bit more of a positive jump into the water. He was very, very slightly, a little bit looky into the water. So we'll just repeat that again with an even more of a positive jump over the log into the water. Really good, yeah? Just once more, a little bit more and take off. Okay, come on now, make sure he's in front of your leg. Now, shoulders, shoulders, shoulders. Good. Okay, so very, very pleased with that. Really, really much improved here. The horse was positive into the water. As the fences get bigger, she would need to almost slip her reins more and sit back even more. But I felt for the size of the fence that she's jumping and the balance that the horse was in, she rode that very, very well indeed. So really, really pleased with the session with Harriet today. I feel like we've worked a lot on confidence building exercises on the two issues that Harriet's been having cross country, which were skinnies and water. I've gone over it and said it quite a few times, but confidence really is such a key element to cross country riding, and coming to a cross country course and working over smaller fences and then building up gradually is absolutely instrumental in building a horse's confidence and having a successful ride at competition when you're going cross country.